Testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry about last week. I had some technical issues. We are back though. We're back once again. Thank you for joining us. This is Tuesday, July the 29th. I am Tim, and we come here every Tuesday on Taco Tuesdays, and we talk about golf cars. So we're going to do it again today. And last week was a bust just because Ayman and I had some technical issues that we couldn't get done in time. So I appreciate everybody checking on me to make sure I was all right and everything's cool. Let me check Facebook over here, make sure we're good. That looks like it's rolling. How is the audio? Is everything good with my audio? Looks like it is on my screen, but I can't hear myself, so I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. Galactic Technologies, what's going on? Daniel, you back from vacation? Gene Hansen, is it hot enough? Yes, it is. It is very hot. Oh, speaking of that, my AC is out in my house. My house is next door to this building. This is a separate building from my house, and AC is out over there. So I'm very lucky that I have that on the wall up there here in this building, or it would have been a miserable time. But I got an AC guy coming today, supposedly. So, you know, of course it's going to go out on probably the hottest day we've had this year so far. Kevin, what's going on? 85 and sunny in Indiana, heat index of 106. That is crazy. Helpless, steamy 95 in Cabot, but I hear thunder in the. Do you really? I didn't check the. Weather, Larry. Are we supposed to get some rain? Because I kind of need some. I didn't check it because I wasn't expecting anything. But that would be nice if we got some pop-up thunderstorms or something that might water my grass. David Irwin, good afternoon. It's smoking hot here in Florida. Greg Elliott, hi. Hot and humid all over the southeast. Going to change Bradenton to Bakelite, Florida. Yeah, it is definitely hot. Eagle River Mike, what's going on? Hadn't seen you in a couple of episodes there, Eagle River. John, hey Tim, what's going on, John? Big Frank, afternoon from Lexington, South Carolina. What's going on, Big Frank? Thank you for joining us, sir. Greg Elliott, audio, video, good audio. Okay, thank you, great audio. Mike came out 6 Irvin, I'm sorry. 87 and humid in the southwestern Indiana. Gary England, hey Tim and everyone else, currently sunny and 89 in sticky Canby, Indiana. Brad's Restorations, what's going on, Brad? Cart's running great, thank you. You're quite welcome, Brad. I'm glad I was able to help you. I remember speaking with you. Larry England, hey y'all. What's going on, Larry? George Brimmer, great to be, hey Tim, hey George. Joe Foster, great to be back. Heat index 102 in North Carolina. Big Mike, what's going on, Big Mike? On Facebook, we got Bart Gilman from California warming up here. Kevin Rabbit, audio good. Thank you, sir. Thank y'all for joining us over here on Facebook. Don't get as many people on Facebook for some reason. We hadn't really figured that out. Why that is, I mean, we hadn't figured out why that is. I mean, we consistently get people on Facebook, but just not as many. Galactic Tin, yeah, back at it here, Tim. I just bought another sewing machine yesterday. I have 6 sewing machines going now. I'm really invested my time into making these hats and now making replacement headlamp straps. He's, for everybody who don't know, he's talking about the big industrial sewing machines where he can do stitching on hats and things like that. So he sent me some videos, and he's got some fancy equipment to do that kind of stuff. Bob Lewis, what's going on, Bob Lewis? Well, I am going to get started here. This is Tuesday, July the 29th, if I didn't say that already. We are live. We are live on Facebook and YouTube right now. Let me see where my social media links are. Here's some other social media places you can follow us on, but please like and subscribe on Facebook and YouTube if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up. You're welcome to ask a golf cart question in the chat. I am a member of the Gearheads on Demand service that we offer at Golf Cart Garage. That's a paid service that if you need to talk with me one-on-one, but you can come here every Tuesday and try to get your question in, and not only myself but everyone in the room has a vast knowledge about golf carts all combined, so your question probably could get answered here in the room for free if you come here on Tuesdays and like and subscribe, and you'll get a notification before we go live every Tuesday. But if you need to speak with me, here's the pay scale for the Gearheads on Demand service. It's actually doing fairly well, and I don't mean money-wise. I mean that it is doing fairly well. That the service is doing fairly well according to the reviews, because you get an opportunity to give myself and the service a review, and so it's doing really good. It's as far as the reviews goes, people kind of like it. I've helped several people so far with the Gearheads on Demand service. Rich Eastmain, late again, but I'm here. Oh, Aaron G, I've changed mine at my parents' neighbors within 2 weeks of each other. I've got Aaron, I've got some pictures that you sent me of queued up for today. So hang around. I got those pictures you sent me. I'll show them later when we do Let's See. Some good-looking cars. He's had some project. Aaron G has had some pretty cool projects going on, and he sent me some pictures of the final stuff, and they look really good. Nice-looking cars. Well, Daniel, I'm supposed to, the guy's coming today. We got my AC guy supposed to show up today. Eagle River Mike, nice to see your color coordinated. That is exactly right. Check this out. See my ring? It's blue. Is this shirt blurry on? I mean, because on my screen it looks like a digital image, that's like moving and blurry. It's what I see on this. It's actually just stripes, but it's the camera is having a hard time focusing on it. I wonder if it's coming out that way to y'all. Like, is my shoulder like blurry right here? That's crazy. Yeah, it's kind of strobing. Okay, Mark Folsom. Hey buddy, what's going on, Mark? Thank you for stopping by, sir. That was on Facebook. Where am I at here? Bruce. Kurt. What's going on, Bruce? In Westfield, Wisconsin? Looks like you were ready to beam up. Yeah, I'm in when they do the transporter thing, yeah. Galactic. Watercraft in your garage. Tim. Yeah, that's my wife and my jet ski. I had to pull it in here before the season started and change the oil and get it all ready for the season, and I hadn't put it back in the water. I've been doing other things at the lake, and I hadn't been doing any jet skiing at the lake, but it's all ready to go. The oil's changed and it's ready to go. It's not a real fast one. It's a Sea-Doo 155. It goes about, I think I clocked it with my phone. The best I was able to get out of it is about 57 miles an hour. Brad's Restoration gives GHOD 5 stars. Okay, cool. Thank you, Brad. I said earlier to check the capacitor on your AC. That's what's going out 90% of the time. They are 20 to 25 bucks on the Jungle page. I've noticed YouTube doesn't like the word Amazon. Well, the capacitor, you're right. I mean, the capacitor has been changed once, I think last year or maybe the year before. That's probably it again. I mean, you're probably right. In fact, when I weed eated around it, and he had dropped the old capacitor on the ground, so the weed eater hit it and knocked the old capacitor out. So you're probably right, but we have some kind of warranty thing though on parts for this AC unit, so it's not costing us anything to get the AC guy out, or not costing us very much. I think we do have to pay for the service call, but we don't have any parts money. Jerry Kelly, howdy from Madisonville, Texas. The capacitor is what I changed on mine and my parents' neighbors. Well, I'll let you know. I'll find out today if that's what it is, because this has happened before. Keith, hey Tim, Keith from Nashville checking in, 95 and hot. Keith over here on Facebook. All right, let's get started with some regular questions here before we run along. Question number one. Uh-oh, that's not question number one. But, by the way, friends don't let friends do lead acid. You hear that, Big Mike? Question number one. Can a rear axle, this is from Catherine, it's not my wife, by the way, can a rear, because my wife would know the answer to that question. Can a rear axle be replaced on the golf cart? Absolutely is the answer to that, Catherine. Some golf carts it's easier than others. It just depends on the setup. Easy Goes, it's got a little what's called a snap ring, I guess is what it's called, that is on the outside of the bearing. Like when you get everything out of the way, you can see the axle. Take that snap ring out and grab the axle, boom, and the whole bearing and axle and everything will come right out. Sir Walter says a $20 capacitor ends up costing $350 on a service call. Well, I looked back for last year, I mean, because you bring up a good point, because I wanted to make sure. And if I remember right, when I looked it up, the service call was $109, and then the capacitor was warranted, but the service call was $109. It wasn't $350, but it was $109. Bruce, love my shirt, and it's a true statement. Big Mike, laughing, I guess, because of what I said about the friends and lead acid thing. Mine are going to do this last season, then hopefully you'll have some intel from me next season. The cart's going to have some weight loss surgery. Cool, yep, it definitely is. Then you can start complaining about the rough ride because of your tall tire problems and low profile tire problems combined with your weight loss. Then you're going to start complaining about how stiff your car is. Aaron says he rented the garage behind my business so I have more space to work on golf carts. I've been tripping over space in a tiny car garage that used to be a horse stable in 1919. Yeah, that is one thing that I get really frustrated about. My wife can definitely vouch for that, is when I start running out of room and knocking things over. I can't work if I don't have plenty of room. That's why I love this building so much, because I have plenty of room. My truck is in here, I mean, with everything else, but my truck is also in here. So this is nice, having plenty of room. Joe Foster, the best 109 you will ever spend. Yeah, right now it will be, for sure. I'm hoping that's what it comes out to. 109 again. I'm just messing with you, Big Mike. You know what's coming when you lose all that weight in the cart. The garage door is 15 foot tall and 2 cars wide, 3 cars deep for 201. Oh, you can't beat that, man. You can't beat that at all. So you're going to start working on golf cars. Now that's cool. Big Frank bought a 2010 Club Car Precedent last year with 12-inch wheels. Tires show signs of dry rotting. Any suggestion on national stores that will install new tires on existing rims that anyone knows of? I have had just regular tire shops that have normally they don't have the readily available for the real small rims, but if it's a regular tire shop, they usually do. They can put a little modifier thing on their machine, and they can work with smaller rims. Now, you could probably do it yourself, Big Frank, if you wanted to. It's going to be hard. Or should I got Harbor Freight and get a tire change machine? That's what I was going to say. You can do it yourself. It's not as hard as a full-size automotive tire, but you're going to, be careful not to scratch up your rims. Kirk says, does your AC cool your garage comp? Yes, it does, Kurt. It's a little bit overkill in size, but we did that on purpose. This is a very well insulated building. Even these doors are insulated doors, the big doors. I can drive my truck all the way through this building, and the big doors are actually insulated, and I definitely do not regret doing that because it's very well insulated, so that air conditioner does not have to work very hard at all. Helpless says he has used, Big Frank, you see that? He says he has used a Harbor Freight tire changer and it worked very well. Craig, what's going on, Craig? Been a busy month. Yeah, I've been busy too, Craig. All right. Where was I at? This is number 2. From Andrew. Have a 2002 E-Z-GO TXT with a 6-inch lift. I know it's going to ride stiffer than a non-lifted car, but mine rides like a tank. Any suggestions on how to soften the ride? I have on street tires and keep the air low, but that doesn't help. Well, let's talk about this, Andrew. You have a 2002 TXT with a 6-inch lift. I know it's going to ride stiffer than a non-lifted car. Okay, right there, that's not exactly true. The only reason that it would ride stiffer than a non-lifted car is if you changed your springs to a heavy-duty spring, and that would be very common when you're going to lift a car, especially if you have a 4-passenger kit on there. It's very likely that it might have heavy-duty leaf springs on it. So look at your rear leaf springs and see if they're multi-leaf, because a 2002 E-Z-GO TXT, the normal springs, 2002 I think are only going to be 2 leaf. I think the normal spring is 2 on an E-Z-GO. Club car is 1 and the E-Z-GO is 2. So if you've got like 3 or 4, that's a heavy-duty leaf spring. So the only way to soften it up is to go back to normal leaf springs. That's number 2. Big Frank, for a little bit extra money, some wheels and tire combo is pretty reasonable, and they come mounted and ready to roll. Yep, that is true. That is true, Big Mike. David Irwin says his tire place only charges me $6 a tire to do that. Well, how much is that Harbor Freight thing? I haven't looked it up. That's $24 if you're going to do it, just one time. that might be a better deal. And if you plan to do it a lot, it would probably be a good idea to have that tire changer. Aaron says, I've been doing a little work on the side anyway, mostly simple stuff, battery swaps, motor and controller replacements, and legal light kits. That's cool. My next purchase is a scissor high lift pallet jack. It's cheaper than a UTV lift, and I can move it around if needed. I also won't be crawling around on the ground. See, the whole time I had my golf cart shop, I never had one of those. I never did. I mean, but I was constantly going up and down on the concrete floor, up under golf cars, and that gets old. Well, I don't actually have to do that anymore, except for just my personal stuff. So I'm not trying to run a business anymore. But I did get the Harbor Freight scissor motorcycle lift. Oh man, and it's great. I love it. I mean, I put my little bike on that lift and bring it up. I don't have to get on the ground. I can do chain maintenance. I can take the wheel off, and then I have a separate small scissor lift that I can raise the rear tire off of the lift, so it's stable in the lift, and the rear tire is off of it, so I can take it completely off and the bike's still there. Oh, it's great. Aaron says I'm too fat for all that. Well, I wasn't too fat. It just gets old. It just, I mean, going it up and down on the concrete, man, that'll wear you out. Okay, over on Facebook, we got Dave Randall with a question. 2016 Star EV Sport. All right off the bat, it's going to be difficult to find somebody that has a lot of Star experience. There may be somebody in the room, we'll see. When I press accelerator, it lunges forward instead of accelerating smoothly. I'm thinking it may be the potentiometer. Your thoughts? Well, I don't have a lot of Star experience, and like I said, I don't know if anybody in the room that has a Star, but you're correct. All golf carts have these key components, and the electric golf carts. One of the key components is the potentiometer. That potentiometer is responsible for the smoothness of your acceleration. So on your 2016, do you know if they can read error codes on that particular car? Because there's a lot of cars they can plug in a computer and read error codes, and one of the error codes they could read would be your potentiometer and how it's working. They could look at the potentiometer signal and see if that is causing your lunge. If that car is capable of that, I don't know. Bart Gilman, G29 48 volt, Tim. Motor was just replaced and came back to life. The cart shudders after a long ride, and then it was shut off. He tows it back to the garage, and it will come back to life after sitting, asking for a friend. Well, Bart, I'm going to ask you about your batteries on that one, because that symptom could be duplicated by one dead battery. That symptom could be duplicated after a controller goes into thermal shutdown. So the first thing that I would want to eliminate is that you don't just have one battery dropping out. Find out, Dave Randall, if that car, if you have somebody that in your area, make a phone call and see if that car, if the error codes can be read, and can they read the M core? Well, not M core. Can they read your potentiometer? Because I don't know what Star calls their potentiometer. All the brands call it something else. Club Car calls it M core. Easy Goes ITS, V Glide. It's just they're all called something else. I'm not sure what Star is going to call it, but you're right. It is the general term is the potentiometer. Pam Brazil, I would think that's how you say that. Brazil, maybe. When you change to a lithium battery on 2006 Club Car Transport, Well, I have to connect any of the OBC wires OBC wires have to be spliced, I think you meant spliced back together when I remove the OBC. Now, if you remove it, then remove it. I mean, if you know how to remove it, Pam, because you know, all the years are different on the correct way to remove it. But yeah, remove it, and then you won't have to worry about anything. And I would suggest removing. Completely get it out of there so you know it has nothing to do. So it has nothing to do with your lithium battery. You don't. I'm not a big fan of people who just put lithium batteries in cars that have OBCs, and they just take off, because to me, you're just asking for a problem down the road, because eventually that OBC is going to recognize that it never had a charge cycle and it's going to shut your car down. So I'm definitely would recommend removing it or doing a proper OBC bypass. But if it was me, I would figure out a way to remove it, take it completely out of the situation. Bart says, thanks, I'll check the batteries. Did notice one is newer than the other 5. Well, there you go. Somebody might have already, what I call, patched that pack. You know, you can patch a pack, because like I've said before, all 6 batteries never go out at the same time. There's always going to be one weak link in the chain, one weaker than the other 5. There's going to be one that goes out first. So you might have, since someone has already patched it, it looks like they've already patched it one time. If you've got one of them in there that's newer than the other ones, well, it's very likely that one of the other 5 is dropping out now. So it's time to either patch it again or bite the bullet and get a new set. You know, I've seen that many times. So I was just kind of taking a guess there, Bart. But I always try to eliminate the batteries as the problem first with the type of symptoms that you were describing. Rich East Main over here on Facebook. It gets old and so do we. That is correct. Aaron says 40 isn't treating me bad except in the morning when I get out of bed and my knees and ankles sound like a bowl of Rice Krispies. Big Mike sent you some pics on Facebook a while ago. It's what I believe confidently is a 2002 E-Z-GO. I opened up the controller cover and it has a Curtis. What can be done to open it up a little? Those 2 bolts out of the bottom of that cover? Oh, I can tell you exactly. Out of the bottom of that cover. I've got a extension. I have an extension about this long that I put on a small ratchet, you know, and with the, what is it, see there, it's not a 10 millimeter. What's the size of that bolt? 5/16, I believe, something like that. Yeah, it works great. It's just long enough to where you can put the wrench in there on those 2 bottom bolts and it not hit the forward and reverse assembly, because I see that you said it does not have a tow run switch, so that means it has no run tow. Yeah, so that means it's a series wound E-Z-GO. So the forward and reverse assembly is sort of in the way. I understand what you're talking about. Joe Foster. Tim, did you say it's hat day? No, Joe, we had hat day was the last winter was just not, yeah, I think it was the last time we were on the air. It was Helpless Garage, and he let me know that he did get his hat. He got his bag of swag. Travis Beach, hey, what's up, guys? So sorry I'm late. Better late than never, I guess. Hey, Travis, glad you made it, man. On that cart, I can tell you the best way to do that cart, Mike. Since it's a series wound cart, I can tell you this: the best thing to do if you want to do it, if you're not trying to pick at it, you want to go ahead and get it there all in one swoop. Do a 48 volt conversion, because you know why? You don't got to change the motor. You can hit that motor with 48 volts. All right, now you're going to have to change the controller, because that's a 36 volt controller in that cart. So you could change the solenoid. I mean, hopefully this cart needs a battery job, is what I'm saying. Or if you're planning on putting a 48 volt lithium in there, that would be awesome. This would be a great time to do a 48 volt conversion, and that thing would be rolling. But that's Twisted Mopar Garage. Hello everyone. Been a while since I've been on here. Hard for me to catch the live right now. I'm right in the middle of painting. Thank you for stopping in, Twisted Mopar. Number 3. Oh, so you got another new set of Trojans in there. Well, I wish there was some way I could get those, because I'd buy the new set of Trojans from you for something. I'd give you something for them, because I'm in the, I need a, not a new set. I'd love to get a set that's barely used, you know, for a good deal, because that's what I want to put in the camo cart, and then I'm going to sell that, the one that's got the lithium in it, and I want to put that lithium back in the race car, because that was too fun when I was testing it on that. Yes, on 36 volts on that particular car, Mike, a series wound easy go, there's not much that you can do for performance except for change the controller, and that's not going to get you any more speed on that particular car. That's only going to get you a little more torque. So without changing the voltage, there's not a lot you could do. Now, you could put a higher speed motor in there, but that's going to put more of a strain on that little controller. I would never recommend putting a higher speed motor on that controller in that car. Even though it would work, and it may work for longer than you think, but that controller is going to get hot. It's going to go into thermal shutdown real quick. So the best thing to do would be change the controller first. That way to an Alltrax or an Avitas. And then later on, when you got ready to do a 48 volt conversion, then go to 48 volts. And then that would really wake that thing up. Number 3. This is from James. Not really a question, but more like sharing what I have done. That is perfectly fine, guys, if you want to do that. I like hearing some of these scenarios and what people did. An 85 G1 running good. I got the new seals and the new carb, and everything went good, putting her all back together. But you won't believe this. After the reassembly and installing my new carb, I started her up, and I was surprised at how much gas she was now pumping. Then out of the overflow tube came all this gas. I was like freaking out. New carb, now what? So I took the carb off, pulled the bowl, and what I found inside made me laugh. There was an extra jet screw stuck under the float bowl, not allowing it to do anything but wide open. So I removed the jet screw, and now I have an extra one. Put her back together and installed back into the cart, and voila, she runs like a new one. Awesome, James. That is awesome. That's an 85 G1. That's exactly what I have. Mine is an 85. Well, mine's either an 85 or an 86. So that was probably an aftermarket carb. Well, obviously it's an aftermarket carb from Amazon or something. And they gave you an extra jet, probably a different size jet, depending on what part of the country that you're in. You might need to change that jet to a different size. But yeah, they should have said, oh, by the way, remove the float bowl because there's an extra jet in there. They should have said something like that in some kind of instruction somewhere, so I get it. So you're lucky that you found that. But that's awesome. Number 4. This is from Dennis. Hi Tim, I need a little help. My cart will take off as soon as I put it in forward or reverse, even when the key is off. Cable on switch disconnected. I'm not sure what's going on. 78 resistor cart. Okay. Well, in order for that to be true, this is what you got to think about. In order for that car to take off as soon as you put it in forward or reverse, especially since the key's not even on, the solenoid, the main solenoid, because that car may have several solenoids, but the main solenoid has to be closed. That's what you got to know. Now, what closes the main solenoid? Micro switch that happens as soon as you touch the accelerator pedal. There's a little micro switch that would make that solenoid not be closed. So the solenoid has to be closed in order for your symptom to be happening. So either the solenoid is welded shut, and it's always shut, or the little micro switch that your accelerator pedal is bad. It's going to be, normally closed or normally open. The same thing. It's going to be bad and either closed or open, whichever one it's supposed to be first. Travis Beach. I got a buddy that has a 2007 E-Z-GO 13.5 horsepower Robin. It fouls plugs, runs very sluggish. He has replaced carburetor, CDI box, igniter, coil, and it still runs rough and very slow. Well, if it's running way too rich, is what it sounds like there, Travis, then he might need to think about jets, like what we were talking about too. He's getting way too much gas if it's running rich to the point that it fouls plugs. He replaced the carburetor. I wonder if he replaced that with an OEM carburetor or for another Amazon. Maybe he needs to check the float boat. See if there's something extra in there. Number 5. This is from Phil. My brother-in-law has a 94 DS that sometimes will run, sometimes will not run unless he wiggles something under the engine. Then it runs great. It never dies once it's running, but sometimes it won't start again. What is he wiggling and what does it do? Can be remove the item, clean it up, reinstall, and expect the issue to go away. Sounds like, Phil, that he's wiggling the ground. There's a ground on that car. And it's mounted to the side, it's mounted to the frame. Or I've seen some where is that? That sounds like it's got to be what it is. He's wiggling a ground wire. All right. He's either wiggling a battery cable or a ground, is what I would say. Number 6. Travis says, not sure where he got parts, but it was a small engine repair guy that did all that, and the mechanic said he's not sure what's wrong. I would be suspicious about the carb, Number 6 is from, I guess that's pronounced Marielle. I upgraded mom's cart a little bit. Looks great, feels great. Potential problem is she might not be able to step into it. I knew this going in. 24-inch tires on 12-inch rims and a 6-inch lip. The floorboard is about 18 inches off the ground. Looks sweet. I was wondering, aside from what just looks cool, what would be my best option for her? I have some truck stirrups that may work, but thought I'd want to see what you think or suggest. Thank you. Marielle, they make golf carts. They make little side steps, you know, like you have, like some people put on their Jeep, or if you got, like my truck is tall and it's got some side step. They make that for golf carts too. That sounds like that might be the best thing to get. She needs a like a rock slider that you know that will hold weight that you can step on, and they do make that for golf carts, aftermarket. So plug in golf cart rock sliders or golf cart side steps and see what comes up. Big Mike, I started to say something about the description that she gave when she described her cart. I started to say, are you sure you're not driving around in Big Mike's cart? Okay. Number 7. This is from Wayne. I know I could make something perfect, but time is not on my side. I need a hitch for my club car, but I have a rear seat on the car. So there is the floorboard in the way. Any thoughts? Well, lots of thoughts there, Wayne. Some seat kits have a specific hitch for their 4-passenger kit. It's an extension that goes to a normal hitch, or it's just a longer hitch that goes across the bottom of that floorboard and connects to the car like a normal hitch would. It's just longer. Some seat kit companies have that. Now, other people I have seen mount the regular hitch first, and then they just put an extension in the regular hitch and then put the ball on the extension. I've seen that. Then they, mount it to the bottom of the floorboard for the 4-passenger kit. I have also seen people just drill a hole in the floorboard and mount the ball right there on the floorboard. So that's some different scenarios that are out there, and some of them work well, especially 4-passenger kits that have a metal floorboard. I don't see anything wrong with mounting the ball right there in the floorboard when it's a metal floorboard. Whatever you got to do in order to get the job done. It's like I have to have a hitch on my golf carts. I'm always pulling the little trailer. I don't strain it by trying to pull something too big. Travis, if his carburetor checks out and is good, what would be your next guess? My next question would be about that CDI. That'd be my next question. I'd want to know where that came from, because I hear horror stories about those. I hear horror stories about these really, really inexpensive Amazon products. That'd be my next question. I would want to know about where that CDI came from. Not so much the coil and igniter, but the CDI. Number 8 is where I'm at. Then I'll probably shut it down after number 8 so I can show some pictures. From Barry, I just put in the 5-inch drop axle lift and 23-inch tires with the 3x4 offset on the wheels. It rubs the brake arm when I make a sharp turn. Should I put on wheel spacers to fix this? It's a 97 TXT. Will the rubbing hurt anything? Okay. I got lots of questions there. Number 8. All right, my first question would be, how does your 97 TXT have front brakes? Because a normal 97 TXT does not have front brakes, unless this is some kind of commercial type 97 that's not actually a TXT, might be something else that has front brakes on it. But anyway, if that is the case, and that's where your issue is, because turning shouldn't make anything rub in the rear, so we must be talking about the front. then yeah, wheel spacers may be your only way to go. That may fix you right up. All right, I'll shut the regular questions down. Let me check Facebook, see if I'm missing anything. Pam, over here on Facebook, is there 1 or 2 wires going from the OBC to the controller on my 2006 club car? I would hate to answer that because I don't have, like I was telling you earlier, the proper way to bypass an OBC is different for multiple years. So yours is you're gonna have to get yours is gonna be specific for a 2006 club car. Not to say that 2006 and 2007 would be different, or 2006 and 2005, but there's gonna be a range of years where it's the proper way to do it is a little bit different. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with the golf cart forums or not. If you're not, you probably need to get familiar with them, because on buggiesgonewild.com there is a 30-page discussion on OBC bypass, or the proper way to do OBC bypass, and they're very knowledgeable. Those guys are really knowledgeable about it, and they break it down into different years, and so you can make sure that you're reading about the proper way to do yours. So I would get familiar with buggiesgonewild.com under the club car section and type in OBC bypass in the search bar, and you'll find the thread I'm talking about. It's like 30 pages long, but you would need to go through there and look specifically for somebody talking about your year range. Aaron G, my parents have an Easy Go with 25. We put 2-inch spacers all the way around and it works great. Cool. I got a picture of that one. I'm fixing to show it right now, don't I? I believe I do. Let me see here. Where's my let's see graphic? All right, here we go. Brad's Resistor, y'all hit the thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm. That is true. Thank you, Brad. We're always trying to mess with the algorithm. That's why I got my blurry shirt on. I'm messing with the YouTube algorithm with my blurry shirt. Did my let's see come up? There it is. Let's see some pics. Aaron sent me some pics, and so did Mike Erstad. I don't even know if Mike is in the room today. Mike Erstad sent me a picture. I've got that one queued up too. I forgot about that. Here is a pic from Mike Erstad. He's usually in the room. This is Mike Erstad with Ziggy. Now see, this is what I'm talking about getting on the ground, the concrete, and going up and down on the concrete all the time, working on golf cars. At least he has some little ramps that gave him a little bit more room. But there's Ziggy. That's about how much effort Dino put into helping me work on golf carts for years. That's about how much effort he put in right there. Sat up there and just waited on me to take him for a ride. But he loved it. I don't know why dogs love golf carts so much, but they do, just like kids. Well, thank you, Mike, for sending me that. Yeah, it is a good looking car. All right, this is Aaron G in the room. He sent me some pictures. He had some projects going on that I've been talking with him about. He finally got them worked out. Here's one of his carts. Boom. Look at them. Look at those tires. They fill up that fender well pretty good. I think you told me that those are 25s, if I'm not mistaken. And that car has Is that the one with the T-Con kit in it? Hey, Aaron's got his dog in there. I'm telling you, dogs love golf carts. It almost looks like it would float. Yeah, that's a good question. It's got the big floaters on it. Now see, but he does have plenty of sidewall, all right? Plenty of freeboard there to lower air pressure and smooth out the rides after the lithium, you know. Yeah, he's got Sherpa tires on there. I got some more. Let me see. That's a good looking car. That's your dog Nora. Well, you sent me this one too, Aaron. Bam. There's another one. Club Car DS. Fancied up. Okay, that's your car. All right, cool. And is that the one with the T-Con? And I got one more too, man. So it might be the next one. No, that's the D&D and all tracks. Okay, cool. So this is D&D with an all tracks. All right. Okay, is that this car then? Ready? Bam. No, that's still the D&D with all tracks, isn't it? That's the same car, isn't it? Oh, it's a teal car. Yeah, I think I just noticed that's the same car as this one because of that paint job. Yeah. Co-pilot Nora. Yep. Nora's about as, like I said, she looks about as helpful as Dino is with mine working on golf carts too. But he loved it. What Dino would do, I'd be in the shop all day, you know, he would be in the shop with me all day. He'd sit at the door and just stare at the end of the driveway if he wasn't sitting in a golf cart waiting for the UPS man, because when you're you know, running a business, it's you got the UPS man comes all the time. So Dino would sit there and stare at the end of the driveway just waiting for the UPS man to come down. Not to kill him, but you know, just to go lick him to death. I'll show you, Travis. Where is my email? Bam. Send pics to that email address, Travis. Aaron says they can't say golf cart ride in front of her. We have to say GCR so she doesn't go nuts. Yeah, I couldn't use the word ride, so I understand. I couldn't use the word ride because he'd snap his neck and twist his head, you know. This is when he was younger. Now he doesn't really get up when I say I have to encourage him let's go for a ride. Same here, we can't say golf cart at all. Yeah. Isn't that funny? My wife and I talk about that all the time. But if you think about it, they spend 24 hours a day just watching you. They watch your face and they watch the words that come out of your mouth. They don't necessarily understand them, but they watch them, you know, and they start associating things. So 24 hours a day, they've done that all their life. So I guess that's the only way that I could explain how they end up knowing things. I used to think they could smell, like my dog, I used to say that their sense of smell is so great that they can smell my intentions. You know, they can smell what I'm intending to do next. That maybe there's something different. You know, I don't know if that's the case or not, but think about how your life would be completely different if your sense of smell was increased 2,000 times, or whatever they say that that their smell is. It's thousands of times more sensitive than ours. So think about what that would do to you if that was the case. It would be like a superpower, you know. Dogs are smart. They hear tones and are able to understand what those tones mean. Oh yeah, like the doorbell, the driveway alert. Yeah, exactly. When I get ready to change, I'll probably set up an appointment with you. That'll be fine, Pam, but you know enough about it. I can tell by what you're trying to do. You know enough about it to understand what they're talking about on Buggy's Gone Wild. That sounds like a project that you could take on yourself. I mean, I hate for you to get charged to talk to me, but I'm basically going to say the same thing. I would look into the 2006 Club Car OBC bypass on Buggy's Gone Wild. That's where I would be looking if it was me, because I don't have them all memorized on how to do it in every year. That's why I didn't want to say anything, because it would need to be one specific for 2006 or a range that includes 2006. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Send me some pics, of your dog and your golf cart. 00 timfreeman@gmail.com. That's the number 00 timfreeman@gmail.com. It's up at the top of the screen right now. Here are some other social media links. I'm not going to run those again. That'll be fine. We do give away hats occasionally on this channel. Go to golfcartgarage.com and you can buy one if you'd like. Here's some hats that we give away occasionally. I think I said it earlier, the latest winner was Helpless Garage. Here is the contact number for us at Golf Cart Garage. It's the support@golfcartgarage.com is an email address. This email address up at the top, that's my email address directly. That goes straight to me. The support, if you want that to go to me, then you'd have to put attention Tim, and they'd make sure that I got it. But if you want to just go straight to me, 00 timfreeman@gmail.com up at the top. There's the phone number for Golf Cart Garage. Let's see. We also have some eco swag. I already said something about that one. Don't let friends don't let friends do lead acid. There's an eco hat. Here's I think we're out of this one. I think we're out of that one already. The one with the eco hat with the green stitching. So I'll have to check for the next winter to make sure. There's the front of that shirt with that eco hat there. That's pretty cool. Got the patch on it. All right. Coupon. There it is. This is the active coupon. I believe it's still active. Let me see about the dates. You get 5% off any parts you order. If you use the coupon code GHOD5, this code expires on July 31st. Okay, well that's about to expire. That's only got a couple of days left. GHOD5, and I'll get a new code for next time. 5% off. All right, let me look over here. Everything's cool there. All right, guys, that's going to be it. I think I covered everything. The title of this was Resistor Cart. title of this episode. I'm trying to figure out why I said that. Why did I title it Resistor Cart? I may have gotten that mixed up with someone else or some other episode. Oh, I see why. It's because I didn't get to all the regular scheduled questions because we ran long. So there was a resistor cart question on one of the next two questions that I didn't do. All right, guys. I will see everybody next time. Next time will be next Tuesday. Taco Tuesday is going to be August the 5th. Looks like. So I appreciate everybody for stopping by. I will see you all next week. Garage is now closed.